I'm Marcy, and this is my husband Andrew, and we have 3 kids. Jacob, who is almost 18, and twin girls, Sierra and Jamie, and they're 15. Jacob has Pelizaeus-Merzbacher disease, and that is a neurodegenerative condition, which means it affects everything in his body and it gets worse over time. Jacob can't speak, he can't sit, he can't eat, but he understands. He understands everything. Jacob is full of personality. He loves things that make him laugh. He loves to laugh. He loves his animals. He loves it when Felix lies on him or with him. He loves when we put cat treats on his chest and the cat comes and eats food off of his body. He loves watching movies on his iPad. He is currently almost at the end of the series Friends, and he loves it if we bump into a wall or we fall down or do something to
hurt yourself,
injure ourselves. That cracks him up.
I mean, he loves spending time with people, and invariably, people tell him all of their secrets. So he's good with secrets.
Jacob taught us that, even if someone seems really different, on the inside, they're still a person, and they should be treated the same.
Jacob goes to Lawrence Park Collegiate, where he is, I think, the only person out of 1,200 people in a wheelchair. He's fully integrated in his school, in his classes. He does have a nurse and an EA with him at all times. In some ways I feel like I'm always fighting, or I guess the better word is advocating. My main challenges have been with school boards over the years in terms of making sure that Jacob is seen as a person, full stop. Yes, he has a wheelchair. Yes, he doesn't speak. He is fed by a tube. He has trouble breathing, but he is a person, and any educational consideration should be based on Jacob as a person. I would love it if medical professionals and people who work with kids and adults like Jacob really understood what our life was like and what we faced on a daily basis. Because even though we might be in their office for, a half an hour, our challenges and our struggles are ongoing. And we can use a lot more support from the medical community, the governments, and just other people in general to help advocate for kids and adults who have these kind of challenges, because without a united and strong voice, changes don't happen. And 10 years ago, somebody like Jacob would not be living at home, would not be living in a community, going to school, interacting, with the population at large. But the supports necessary to keep that up are very, very thin. If some of these medical professionals could actually come and spend extended periods of time in our home, in other families' homes, then maybe that would give them a better understanding of what some of the challenges are like. Because to hear it is one thing, but to actually experience it is something very different. Over all these years, my best source of information has been other families. And if there's a family who is just starting out and just getting into this world of special needs, I would say that there is a tremendous amount of information and knowledge and empathy and understanding in the online community. I found a lot of these support groups through Facebook have been lifesavers, literal lifesavers at times when things have been really, really challenging.
I'd throw in also, don't give up, because, statistically, so many marriages with kids with special needs don't survive. And also, don't accept the status quo just because it's easy for somebody else. Jacob's sisters always kind of have to see the way we react and kind of, well, fight and have to go to arms over various different things that Jacob needs. And that, in a way, is a bit of a burden on them.
We've been exposed to some medical things that a lot of people our age never really are, that like it's hard to watch sometimes. And there's always nurses and strangers in the house. But people ask us a lot like what it's like, but we don't really know any different. Sometimes we feel guilty because it could have been us that are in his situation, and like I can't imagine what it would be like.
It was really helpful when Jacob was in the hospital to be able to talk to other siblings, because like my friends don't really understand what it was like, and it was really nice to talk to people who understood what was happening. One thing I noticed when I was in the hospital, because I was in the hospital a few years ago because I had my appendix taken out, and I noticed how like doctors and nurses treated me differently than how I saw them treat Jacob when he was in the hospital. Like they would explain what they're doing to me more. They didn't really do that for Jacob, and they would like make small talk with me, which I didn't see when Jacob was in the hospital. I would like to see Jacob treated more like the person he is, like more like just a 17-year-old boy than just like a person with a disease.